Good morning. Welcome to 10X Automotive Weekly. My name is Jeff Bounds, and I'm the head of automotive here at Cardone Automotive Resources. Super excited to talk to you guys today, and I just wanted to say thank you to everyone that's been watching this show every single week. And I can't tell you how much it means to me. Well, I don't know what just happened there, but anyway, I'm super excited of all the great feedback that we've been able to get. I'm super happy that I've been able to help you guys, and whatever questions you have or whatever you'd like to see moving forward on the show in regards to topics, please put them in the chat box, and we'll be more than happy to try to put together some content on that for you. Also today, we're going to be taking calls. So if you want to call in, you have any questions, the number is 305-865-8668. So the topic for today's show is 3 ways to 10X 2020. And I guess the question I have to ask you guys is, we're already past, the half point of 2020 in January, and how many of the goals and targets that you set with either your New Year's resolutions or what you kind of planned out for yourself, how many of those are you still staying consistent with? That's the question, because no matter what you do, and the 3 ways that we're going to talk about today are crucial to your success. It's really simple, the solution to success of how to get you where you are today to where you want to be. It's just by following some basic principles. But there are foundations that are essential to get you where you are to where you want to be. And the first one is going to be attitude. Look, you're not going to build a house on sand, so why would you try to build your career or your life with a bad attitude? And it's something that unfortunately a lot of us are put into environments where they're not conducive to a good attitude. So what you have to do is you have to take it into your own responsibility to find a way to get you motivated every single day. And the first thing I can tell you is that's not going to happen watching the morning news and hearing all the negative, stuff that's being thrown out every single day. You need to take control of your thoughts, and you need to take control of what you put your attention on. Because I can promise you that if you get around the right people, Grant Cardone Automotive Resources, we're going to bring value to you every single Friday on here and get you information to get you going. But during the week, you need to find like an accountability partner. You need to get yourself into some great books, the 10X Rules, Sell or Be Sold, Be Obsessed or Be Average. And once you start going through all these books, once you start getting into the content and you get your mind right, it's going to set you off to success. But you got to do that every single day. It's not like you can do it one day a week and then think that it's going to be enough. Every single day, you got to get yourself engaged around that. So the bottom line is, in the automotive dealership, you got to get yourself a way of thinking about the next sale and get yourself to focus on building a business. In the automotive industry, wherever you are, whether you've been at the dealership for 3 days, 3 years, or 3 months, you have to set a target and a baseline of what you're trying to accomplish, and you got to take it serious. This is the only business that's out there that you are essentially an entrepreneur inside of a business, and you have all the assets and you have everything coming at you with traffic coming inside of the dealership, working the service lane. But you also need, you also need to take full responsibility around your brand. So you need to brand yourself on social media. You need to get out there in the marketplace and become known. Because the main thing that's going to slow you down is being lost in obscurity. So you need to get yourself out there. You need to get attention. The other thing with your attitude is that not only is it important for you, it's important for your customers. Because look, they deserve 100% from you when they come in the dealership. It doesn't matter if the guy that came in before you grinded you on a deal for 3 hours, or it doesn't matter to you if you've taken 5 ups and none of them have bought. Every single person that comes in, you got to treat them like they're a millionaire, man. You got to give them the utmost of respect, the utmost of attention to set the baseline right to move through the steps of the sale. So we talked about a couple weeks ago the importance of fact finding. So, when the people are coming in, the first thing they see is your attitude, they see your body language, and they see what you're bringing to the table. Be positive, man. Smile. Smiling at somebody is a beautiful thing. I mean, it can break the barrier of somebody that when you come in, you see a smile, it's hard to move from that. I mean, how many times have you seen a baby and you see it smile and it's just, it moves you? Well, it's no difference from a human being. You got to smile at people, you got to look happy, you got to look excited, and be prepared to give them a good experience, because if you don't start off from the jump with the proper attitude and mindset, you're not going to be selling many deals because people are going to be disengaged. The other thing too is that you have to be willing to have a great attitude, to bet on yourself, invest in yourself, read books. Obviously we have some of the greatest books on the planet here: 10X Rule, Be Obsessed or Be Average, Sell or Be Sold. If you're not first, you're not last. If you haven't read those, I strongly recommend for you to dig into the content. If you don't like to read, which many of us don't, get the audiobook. There's many different platforms where the information is out there. Just find out whatever resonates to you and then make it your own. But you gotta get in the content, man. You're not gonna master your skill, your craft overnight. It's a long, consistent process, but the payoff is huge. Positive energy, man. People love positive energy. They can feel it from a mile away. Not only can they feel it inside of the dealership, but they can also feel it in the tonality when you're on the phone. When you answer that call, man, give them everything you have, give them a positive mindset, and let them know that they're dealing with a pro. You got to look at, from a baseline of success, and with your attitude, you got to see problems as opportunities. Every time somebody comes in, whether, the price is too high, you're not giving me enough for my trade, you guys ripped me off 3 years ago, you just totally agree with it. Hey man, I totally understand. I totally take full responsibility for that, and then pivot and move off and just take responsibility for it. A lot of times, some of your biggest problems will end up turning into your biggest opportunities. You just got to handle them and not be afraid of them and move away. You got to go at them with agreement and then be able to pivot and move forward in the process. And work your plan. To set the proper attitude, you got to have a plan wrapped around it to know what to focus on. If you don't have a plan, or you don't have goals, and you don't have targets, it's going to be very hard to keep your momentum going every single day, because when you wake up in the morning, you got to have a target for the day. You got to have a target for the week. You got to have a target for the month. And then you got to have a target of how much money do you want to make in 2020? Because 2020 is about get that money, right? So we got to find out how we can get you to the next level. It's all going to start with the attitude. So focus on your potential and really just look, man, provide gratitude, be happy that every single day you got a dealership to go in with, amazing vehicles, opportunity of customers coming to see you, and embrace that and, take it to the next level. So number one, attitude. Number two, this is the hard part. This is where many people fall off the train. Because everybody's like, yeah, man, I got a great attitude. Yeah, I'm cool, whatever. I can, walk around saying things are great, excellent, exciting. But dude, if you don't commit to it, what does it mean? You got to commit. If you want to be great, nobody wants to be average. Grant always says average is a failing formula. So if you want to be great, you got to burn the ships and you got to go all in on what you want in your life. And that takes commitment. What are you willing to get away to get you to the next level? And then what happens is, in life, anything that you want, you got to put something else to the side to move forward. You can't have it all. I had to move away from the DC metro area, move down to Miami to take this opportunity. I had to move my whole family around to get down here to make that happen. It wasn't easy, but I had to do it because I had a vision. I had the opportunity to represent a great company. So I just had to make it happen. And it wasn't a lot of thought into it. It's just the opportunity presented itself and I went into action. So you got to commit. You got to be prepared to burn the ships and move forward. And look, man, you got to train every single day. Those of you that are on Cardone On Demand, you have access to the most amazing content on the planet to get you where you need to be on every aspect of your career inside of the automotive business. So everything that I'm talking about today is in COD. One of the things that you guys can focus on is there's 20 traits of a great salesperson. Review that information, listen to it, get entrenched in it, and it's going to totally move you forward to the next level because it's going to get your mind right. Write down your goals. I mean, how many of you are writing down your goals of what you want? If you're writing them down in the morning, if you're writing them down in the evening, write your goals every single day. Have a baseline of what you want to accomplish. And then the power in this is Every single day when the day is over, you go home after, spending bell to bell in the dealership and getting home 10:30, 11 o'clock, sometimes midnight, you got to look back and say, what did I accomplish today? How much better today was I than I was yesterday? And you got to set that baseline because that's going to provide the momentum to keep you moving forward. Hey, look, I'm going to be the first one to tell you, not every day is going to be amazing. I mean, I had crappy days all the time, man. I mean, it's just life. But you got to dust yourself off, get up and move on and just realize, if you run into a failure situation, you got to learn from it. And then down the road, it's going to be one of the greatest learning opportunities that you have. So goals are like candy to a kid, man. It's like if you don't have the goals, you're not going to get where you want to be. So what we like to focus on, and it's really cool because everybody talks about ABC, always be closing. Well, there's something that goes before that. Because to be able to close, you have to know. If you don't know, you're going to get no from the customer. So the bottom line is you have to always be learning, and then that'll equal always be closing. You got to get the knowledge. You got to know what to say. You got to be able to predict what's going on in the interaction with the customer and be prepared to handle it to move forward to the next level. You're only going to learn that by practical experience, going through it every single day, and the trial and error. And I can tell you that's the longest part. That's the part that if you can get away from it, do it. But if you get into the knowledge and you learn, and with all the platforms and the resources, Cardone On Demand, everything that we're throwing out to you guys, I mean, look, man, you got to get yourself entrenched to it. So from everybody that's on the call today, I would love you to throw in the comment box which dealership you're at. And I also want to make an announcement here on the show today that, man, we love giving back to you guys. I mean, obviously, we're bringing this show out to you every single week, free of charge. But here's the rub. Guys, can we put up the 10X Auto Academy? So we had our first 10X Automotive Academy a month ago. It was unbelievable. We had over 100 people down here at our offices in Miami. And, it was amazing. People were like, hey, we've been waiting for this. We want to have something where we can come in, get our people's minds right, learn process, learn takeaways that they can take to the next level at the dealership. So we're running another one in March, on March 19th and 20th. So today, anybody that's on the call that is a current Cardone On Demand customer, we're going to let you send 2 of your people to our workshop for free. This is a $19.95 value. Those of you that aren't Cardone On Demand subscribers, it's $19.95. And let me tell you, the $19.95 for 2 days will literally take whoever you have at your dealership to the next level. Now, here's what I would recommend. Send the people that have the most potential to go to the next level. Invest in the people that are successful and put them in front of other people that are going to give them to the next level. When they come down here and they see the culture that we have, they go through the office. Grant at the first one actually spent 3 hours with the attendees. So it's like, and there's a shot there of what it looked like. I mean, it was amazing. So again, we want to give back. If you're a Cardone On Demand subscriber, you can send 2 people to the event. If you want to do this, you need to email Anna, A-N-N-A, at grantcardone.com, and you can coordinate with her and she'll get everything set up for you. So moving right along here and staying on the commitment, here's something that's just really impacted my life in a big way. And I'm gonna give you a little bit of a backstory here. So, Jared and I, the president of Cardone Enterprises, we met 6 years ago. It was actually out in Vegas. I think it was either a digital dealer or NADA. And we've been doing the dance for 6 years on trying to find a way that would make sense for me to come down here and take this position. But there was many things that were in the way. Not only would I have to relocate, but was there unknown, this and that and everything else. And I was paralyzed in making a decision. So a lot of people, before they commit, they go through what's called analysis paralysis, right? You think about things so many times that you almost get to the point where you just make nonsense out of it and you can't decide. The point in my life that basically took me to the next level, when I just embrace what Grant says, just do it anyway. You got to go with your gut. If you have an opportunity, take it. Many times in your life, you're going to have to move. I've moved probably 5 times in my life. I've lived in California, I lived in Arizona, I've lived in Maryland, I've lived in Virginia, now I'm down here in Florida. I had to move around to find the channel to get me to where I want to be. And I guarantee you, in my life moving forward, I'm probably going to move again. So it's commit, burn the ships, do it anyway, and that's where you're going to get where you want to be. The third and most important level in this whole deal is you got to take action. You got to have the right attitude, you got to commit, but if you don't take action, it's no good. So knowledge is only power if you put it into use. So it's like you got to be willing to take the action, and it all starts with showing up. You just got to show up, man. If you show up to the dealership every single day with the right attitude and you're committed, you're going to be amazed what's going to happen to you just because of the fact that you showed up. If you don't show up, there's nothing you can do, nothing I can do to help you. You got to show up every single day. You got to be committed. You got to show up early. You got to stay late. You got to work your day off. I was in retail for 20 years. I worked every Saturday for 20 years, right? Every time I had a day off, we were having a tent sale. Customer wants to come in. So you know what? You got to put whatever you have aside and you got to do it anyway to get where you want to get and be where you want to be. We're in a business, a people business, right? So they're not on our schedule, we're on their schedule. So if they want to come in and see you, you got to commit and do it anyway, man. You got to drop whatever you're doing, go and work with the customer, sell a car, and get you to the next place of where you want to be. You got to be consistent. You got to be consistent in what you're doing and with your action. You can't just say, hey man, I'm going to call 30 people on Monday. Now I'll call 10 people on Tuesday. I'll call 5 people on Wednesday. You know what, man, I'm going to take Thursday and Friday off because I made a lot of calls. Average and normal levels of action are a failing formula. You got to take massive action, man. You got to do 10 times more than what you thought was necessary. Make the call, greet the customer, work the service lane, do whatever it takes, and especially for those of you that are new on this into the automotive industry, man, you got to put in the legwork. You got to get out there and get after it. Do whatever it takes to build your pipeline, build your funnel, and be able to get yourself to the next level. And you're not going to do that by waiting for the internet lead. You got to take full responsibility of whatever it takes to figure it out, to get in front of people and show up. You know what? It's like if you don't have problems in your life right now, whether it's a personal life, business, because your goals are so big, man, you're not setting the right goals. You're not taking enough action. They always say more money, more problems, right? And I used to laugh at that song. I think it was Nelly. I can't remember who sang that song. If you guys know who sang that song, put it in the chat box. But I think it was either Biggie Smalls or Nelly, one of the two. But it's true. You start to go to the next level, you start to make more money, you start to get the haters, start to get the people that don't like you. And I'll be the first one to tell you, I don't care if people like me or not. You got to like yourself. You got to be willing to take responsibility that whatever you're doing, it's to get you to the next level. And I can tell you along the way, people are going to be haters. People are going to be jealous. People aren't going to understand you. And if you go to the next level with action, it's even going to create more haters. Why? Because you start to illuminate the fact that they're average. And nobody wants to be average, so they like to pull everybody in to be like them. So if you go to the next level, people hate it because they don't want to put the commitment and the effort in to make it happen. So money and power follow attention. So the only way that you're going to get attention is if you put the action in. And that's every single day, man. You got to be, when you walk into the dealership every single day, they got to be like, hey, man, this person's ready to go. They got a great attitude. They're committed. They're ready to make the call. They're ready to take the ups. They're in the service lane. They're doing whatever they can do. They're calling orphan owners. And I promise you, if you do anything else, if you don't do it for yourself, do it for me. Go 90 days as hard as you can. I mean, above the level that you think you can go. And I promise you, your life will change. It's just you got to commit, you got to take the action, and you got to take it to the next level. So if you guys have any questions, you can call in. The number is 305-865-8668. Again, that's 305-865-8668. Go ahead and give me a call, and anything that you guys are having challenges with, or if you have any questions, I'd be more than happy to help you. So while we're waiting to see if anybody wants to call in, again, use the chat box, whatever I can do to help you. Some people don't like to call in, makes them feel awkward. Hey, put it in the chat box, hit me with an email. I mean, I've got a ton of emails from you guys and I love it. And I've tried to get back to every single one of you and answer your question or do whatever I can to help you. But if you want to reach out to me, it's Jeff grantcardone.com. Shoot me an email, whatever you're struggling with inside of the dealership, whatever questions you have, thoughts, ideas, if you want to work on your attitude, you want to work on your mindset, you want to work on the sales process, I'd be more than happy to help. Another announcement I want to throw out there is we're building out the automotive division here at Cardone Enterprises. I mean, dude, we're taking it to the next level. So if you're not familiar with what we're doing and you want to get on the same page, for all my viewers on here, I'm going to give you guys a little inside information. Hit up the website, Cardone Automotive Resources. Do we have a caller? No? Yes? No? So we got Francisco in the back, man. He's like giving me hand signals, man. I don't know what he's saying. But anyway, so we're building it out. It's CardoneAutomotiveResources.com. And if you go to that website, you're going to see what we're rolling out for 2020. So those of you that are watching this, and you're going to be at NADA in Vegas, February 15th to 17th, we're going to be rolling out our three-step approach of how we're going to take sales training in the automotive industry to the next level. What we're going to be rolling out is something that's never been done before. So if you guys enjoy being on these calls every single Friday, imagine the impact if we could get one of our team here, and I've brought on some killers inside of the automotive industry, guys that have been in the industry over 20 years, 25 years. They've done it. They've actually been inside of the store. They sold the cars. They can, take you to the next level, not theory-based, real stuff. So we're going to be doing every single week Cardone Automotive Coaching. We're going to do Zoom calls with your sales team every single week because, look, the only reason that you guys wouldn't be training dealer principals, GMs, owners, the only reason is because you don't think your people are going to use it. So we've come up with a three-step process where every single week we're going to hold your people accountable. There's going to be 20 managed learning tracks. So whatever you guys are having challenges with, whatever you want to do to get to the next level, we're going to be having these weekly coaching calls. There's going to be an action plan attached to it. So we're going to be able to set up a track every single week for your people to follow to get them to the next level. And then I know another thing too is that you guys want us to come out to the store. You want us to come visit you and to be able to help you get you to the next level, shake hands, keep everybody engaged. I mean, with the amount of turnover in the car business now, you need to have somebody come out every quarter to make sure everybody's on check, everybody's on the same page and help to onboard your new hires. So we're going to be doing that as well. So it's an amazing rollout. It's going to shock the world. It's going to change the industry. We're looking to basically touch as many people as we can in the automotive industry, and we want to take your sales to the next level. We want to change your culture, and we want to make 2020 the best year ever. My name is Jeff Bounds, and I appreciate you jumping on today.